toward Russia at a rate of 40 miles a year. So that's a big change there. And it's probably the reason why we're having so many more earthquakes right now and stuff. But there's one individual, we call her Little Grandmother, and she spoke of this process of the crust moving. It's on top of the magma and everything. The magma's loose and it's like a grease in a sense, and the crust just kind of slides across that. And she said that's what's going on right now, and it will be going on until the end of this process. And where the poles end up, who knows? But I'll tell you, the weather seems like it's been changing quite a bit. We've been getting a lot of cold in the east and the northern areas, and even in our area, California, we've been experiencing some not so normal weather. Cold, lots of fog, overcast, and I would say an increase in rain, but it doesn't seem like much. But so far it seems like it, yeah.
Well, tell me this. What about all this talk about the weather machine and the chemtrails and all these birds and fish dying, all over the world, at this particular time? Is all that natural, you think, or some of that man-caused?
I would, it's hard to pinpoint what's really going on there. But I would say that there's a possibility that the weather machine, the HAARP, may be affecting this. Also the chemtrails. It seems that there's a possibility that it might be affecting this. Some of the birds that fell in the Arkansas area, they were still alive on the ground. So many of them were still alive on the ground. It's hard to say. I mean, they haven't had any reports of the autopsies yet that I've seen. And of course they had people out there with respirators and stuff, as if the birds were contaminated and everything. And of course that alarmed all the neighbors in the area and stuff. But it doesn't seem like there was any disease or anything that caused this problem. And for so many of them to just fall out of the air, it's kind of hard to pinpoint chemtrails. So there has been some information going out about the HAARP and how it affects things and how it can create calamities and disrupt the energy, electromagnetic energy in the atmosphere. So these things, that in itself could possibly be the culprit, but I'm not going to say that because we haven't had enough research to really pinpoint that at this point in time.
Correct. But something's causing these changes. It's not natural. Okay. Something ain't right about this situation. And it's time for people to start asking questions. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and they were saying they want some information. They want to find out what's behind these so-called natural disasters. Okay, especially with our environment, with the wildlife. Right now, the way the world is being polluted, and so forth, is a huge tragedy. I think that's something that needs to be, we talk about it, on a world level, a global level, okay, need to be actually dealt with. Attempts need to be made to clean up our environment, our water, the Gulf Coast. Mm-hmm. I think we need to make a really great effort to try to get this rectified as best we can. Mm-hmm. Can that be rectified? What will it take?
It would take all the efforts of all the nations. It would mean that they'd have to put down the idea that money has to be the moving force to get things done. I mean, they need to just make a big effort. That's such a huge spill over there in the Gulf Coast. Biggest disaster in the history of man, caused by man, that I know of, and I'm pretty sure that it is true. Such a huge disaster caused, the change in the Gulf. The Gulf is like dead right now. The video I saw showed whales and dolphins breaching. Looked like they were gasping for air, having a hard time breathing. I mean, if you're in an oil spill, even if there was a spill on ground, just being in the area, you could smell the oil and everything. So you have these marine mammals that are coming up and breaching, and they're coming up through the oil and they're getting it on their body, and most likely it's absorbing into their skin. It's causing serious suffering there for those animals, and also for the marine birds and other marine creatures. It's a huge impact. And then the idea that it may have affected the Gulf Stream, which is responsible for bringing warm waters up to the northern areas, up into the northern areas of Atlantic, between Europe and Northern America, and Canada and the United States, and helps to warm the air in that area. So it's already showing that it's having an impact there, in that both sides of the Atlantic is quite a bit of unnatural cold weather in Canada and the United States on the East Coast, and then over into Europe, Great Britain, and all of the coast up and down of Europe and stuff. So there's a huge impact there. That, along with chemtrails, spraying the stuff in the air, and it's causing, I'm sure, a huge problem, to a lot of things. We have our plant life that relies on clean air. It relies on clean air. So we got our plant life, our trees and stuff, clouding out the sun, so they're probably not getting the full effect of the sun rays and stuff. So this, I'm sure, will cause eventually disease in our plant life and stuff like that, which would affect the chain of life, ecology and stuff. So there's a big impact on the world through what man has been doing as far as pollution is concerned. So our plants, our chemical plants, our oil refineries and stuff, they all contribute to the waste that causes pollution. So it's a big deal, and it's been a big problem for a long time.
Yeah, but the bottom line is that, see, the forces behind the energy, we need to change our whole concept of what energy. There's so much clean energy, and we have available to us. Okay, so, but that would be like a total change of power, economy, the money shift. Okay, people do not want to give up oil. It's too accessible, everything. So but it's a mindset that we can achieve through awareness, through positive thinking, and the love factor. Okay, once we start loving each other on a world level, then we can love the planet, okay, as well, and do things that is good for the planet, and not so much good for our pockets. I mean, it's enough for everyone. Okay, it just don't make sense to me. Why? I think the worst sin is what we call the sin that affects us the most is greed. Okay, greed is the bottom line to all the problems that we have, to me, in the society. Mm-hmm. Once we can take that element out of the equation, okay, we can start really rectifying this place called Earth. Okay, Earth is not in good shape right now. Okay, it's not looking good at all. I can see in the future where water may be hard to find.
Clean water.
Clean water.
Clean
That's what I'm
water.
talking about. Yeah. Clean. Like that. I mean, and that, and, I'm thinking about grandkids, great grandkids. Okay.
Mhm.
We need to really start thinking about rectifying it. And I guess the more the public knows about it, we can, go through the protocols of congressmen and senators and all this. And on a world level, okay, I'm talking about solutions. I'm just not talking about the problem. We need to come up with solutions. Every problem there is a solution. But continue on, man. What you got?
There's some of our spiritual individuals, we call them the ones that chose to come here and actually affect change here on this planet. I believe we're here for a mission. There is a mission, and the mission is to bring the love energy onto this planet. Mother Earth is getting ready to move into another energy vibration, which is also a change in reality. And there's certain individuals that's going to be able to move with Earth, and those individuals are going to be the ones who can embrace love and raise their energy along with the energy of the planet to move into this next level from third dimension to fourth dimensional reality. So with that said, it's sad that so many people will be left here to endure the problems that have been caused on this third dimensional Earth. Yeah, some are going to be left behind, so they're going to have some serious challenges up ahead. I find it sad that we even came to this point. But anyway, we're actually here to affect change in a big way.
Look like we got some work to do.
We got a whole lot of work to do. A whole lot of work to do. So this is a good talk here. We don't have a title for this talk right now, but we're going to be doing more of these talks in the future. For those of you who will be viewing this on Facebook, my loving light friends over there, this is my voice. You will know who I am. Now you know how I'll sound. And we will be back. We will be back with more discussions. This is our first discussion, a little rough, but we will be back with more, and we will get better at this. We'll see you later.
Stay tuned.